What's up? This video I'm going to discuss two upsets of the week. New York Jets versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Jets got the win, and then the other upset is the Cleveland Browns versus the San Francisco 49ers. First, I want to discuss the New York Jets versus the Philadelphia Eagle game. Jalen Carter was out this game. Darius Slay was out this game too. Lane Johnson ended up getting hurt this game, and Roby, the new addition slot corner, ended up getting hurt as well. But the main story I got from this game was Breece Hall was going off. Garrett Wilson as well, as I believe Darius Slay would have shadowed Garrett Wilson. But what really stood out to me, other than those two players, was the pressure and the hurries that they were getting to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had to scramble a lot. I want to say like on 50% of his passes. And when you start scrambling that much, you limit the field of play. So if you scramble to the right, pretty much the left side's, I wouldn't say gone, because he has an arm still. He has an incredible arm. But once you roll out right, usually you just cut the field in half, and that helps the defense out a lot. So I was noticing the pressures, all the pressures that they were getting to Jalen Hurts were also interceptions. So that's why, to me, the defensive pressures and the hurries is what stood out to me watching this Jets defense. And they didn't have Sauce Gardner either, because A.J. Brown was having a field day out there. So I believe Sauce Gardner would have shadowed him, just as I think Darius Slay would have shadowed Garrett Wilson. So both teams are missing their top DBs, and the Philadelphia Eagles front was still creating havoc. They were just getting beat on the run for too many big chunks of yards, I believe, in my opinion, that Breece Hall would run, and the offensive line would also create. And I believe a big part of that is because Jalen Carter was not in there. And Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis together are just really, really phenomenal. They have good chemistry together also, going back to Georgia Bulldog days. So that's, but we're talking about, we're talking about the defensive line. So they were doing a good job getting to Zach Wilson though. They had some hurries as well. They pressured him as well. But it just didn't do enough justice because their DBs are a little banged up. James Bradbury, he's a good corner, but he can't cover Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's too shifty, too fast. One heck of a receiver, heck of a talent. He can catch over guys too. And then for the Eagles side, you're substituting too many running backs. I mean, I get you want to keep Swift healthy. It's a long year. But he is your best back. Other than A.J. Brown, I think Swift had a decent day. And I think it could have been better if you just utilized him more. I know Lane Johnson ended up getting hurt, so you have Quentin Williams with one of those interceptions because Jalen Hurts ended up getting pressured. So maybe that played a factor. And I don't know when Lane Johnson ended up getting hurt, but I don't know if he even suited up, but I know he's hurt. So I think if you help that right, I think he's a right guard. If you run the ball, you help that backup right guard out a little bit more. I'm not really saying run at Quentin Williams. He's a heck of a interior player. We still got to run the ball a little bit more because to get pressured, Jalen Hurts ended up passing the ball. Let's say about 40-ish times. He got hurried and pressured to throw the ball or scramble, and at least half of that, so about 20 times he got hurried and pressured, and that's unexcusable. You got to change it up, get the defense tired. But that's what I got. That's what I analyzed. My analysis for that game was the defensive line. Run the ball more for the Eagles. Use Swift more. You have Gaineswell and Scott. Scott shouldn't see the field. It should be Gaineswell and Swift. What happened to Rashard Penny? Isn't he on the lineup too? Right, like he should get the carry over Scott. Like who's Scott? No disrespect to you, Scott, but I'm sure Penny's a better overall back than what Scott is. So I would like to see. In my opinion, I think it should be Swift and Penny. You can argue Gainesville over Penny, but Swift should be your main guy. Why you're substituting so many backs in, I will never understand that. Philadelphia's done that over like the past 2 years already. And you had a back last year in Miles Sanders, but you were still doing the same thing. And then now this year doing it with Swift again this game. You've been doing good since week 2 till now. And I'm not saying that cost you the game, but I would like to see you guys use Swift more in the offensive game plan. Every once in a while, yeah, substitute him. Just you don't want to get him too tired or whatever. But I think you guys did a little too much this game. But just ended up getting the upset over the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles. They're not undefeated no more. I believe they have not had a bye week, so I think they are 5-1, and the Jets are 3-3. So that's it for that game. I'm going to talk about now the Browns against the 49ers. So what happened this game? Very defensive game. Rainy day, rainy game. Before the game even started, big fight before the game. So this is gonna be old school football. A lot of hard hitting. This game, I really wasn't looking forward to until really that incident happened between all the players, all the scuffle. So once that happened, I was really excited to watch that game, or this game, I should say. And at first, it looked like the 49ers were going to just run away with it. Christian McCaffrey was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. They could not stop Christian McCaffrey. And then it seemed like as soon as he got hurt, that offense really dropped. Along with Deebo Samuel played too. He went down too, and everything just kind of went downhill for that offense. They weren't really moving the ball as effectively. I mean, that's pretty understandable. Like, Christian McCaffrey's the best back in the league when he's out there on the field. Deebo Samuel, just certain packages makes your defense play a certain way. If you see him on a motion, is he gonna stop and then do like a stop, and then you can do whatever from there. You could stop, go back to the flats. He could run a little hitch route. He could run a post, a slant when he's in motion. In motion, you can also have a reverse because he's a very strong runner, very strong physical runner for being a receiver. So it could be a reverse, could be a jet sweep from him. You could do so many things with Deebo. You could line him up in the backfield. It could be Christian and Deebo in the backfield. And from there, Deebo can block, Christian can block. It just creates so much headache for a defensive coordinator. So to see both of your top guys go, you guys can argue, oh, Brandon Ayuk is their second top guy, blah, 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 blah. But I'm talking about specifically as a football player, Deebo does more for that team than what Brandon Ayuk does. Like, I'm not discrediting what Brandon Ayuk has done, but Deebo Samuel and Christian are the reason why that offense moves. Yes, George Kittle is good. Yes, Brandon Ayuk has stepped up. Yes, they have Kyle Juszczyk as well. Tremendous front on line. But this game really showed to me. I know he's playing the best defense in the National Football League, Brock Purdy is. But this showed to me that Brock Purdy, I mean, I know he's undefeated, but when he doesn't have weapons, he doesn't know what to do. Now, I'm not gonna discredit too much because it was a rainy day. Things happen. But receivers can slip and slide from the routes because it was raining or whatever. But when your guys are not in there, I believe he didn't play up to what everybody's hyping him up to be. Everybody's calling him this franchise quarterback. which right now I think he's a really, really good game manager. I wouldn't consider him a franchise quarterback. Franchise quarterback are guys like Mahomes, Josh Allen, guys who, when guys get banged up, they're still playing up to a high level. And this is only one game without his big targets, so it's kind of to be determined. But Brogdon, I'm not discrediting what he does. He's a perfect game manager, though. Not perfect. He's a really good game manager, though. The Cleveland Browns doing a heck of a job. All game I was noticing Trent Williams against Myles Garrett. One heck of a battle. Trent Williams would win some battles. Myles Garrett would win also, which is shocking. But looking at Myles Garrett and Trent Williams, those are some big dudes. Big dudes. That was good. Not good. That was phenomenal football to watch. Just those two guys. If you just watch that game, you could literally just watch Trent Williams against Myles Garrett. You could just sit there and watch those guys duke it out for an hour. It was really fun to watch those two guys play against each other. I love seeing the best against the best going at it. So that was really also encouraging to see. And I know the 49ers ended up losing that game. You can blame it on the refs, on some bad calls, on one hit. I believe Cooper Kupp or Elijah Moore jumped up, and your safety ended up hitting him. They said it was defenseless receiver, whatever. But you know me, I don't blame the refs. I try my hardest not to blame the refs. You had an instance where you could have had an interception, but you just dropped a pick. It was a bad pass from the quarterback, and you just dropped the interception. You catch that pass, you win the game. Okay? Or since you didn't catch it, Brock Purdy actually marched downfield, which was also the Cleveland Browns can argue you guys only got that far because I think it was a defensive holding call, which made the 49ers get a first down. Brock Purdy threw it to Brandon Ayuk, got you guys like huge yards, got you guys in field goal range, and your rookie kicker missed a field goal. So to blame the refs for you guys losing this game is absolutely wrong. Now, I don't really follow many 49ers stuff or whatever, so I can't really say if you guys are blaming the refs. But do not blame the refs because you guys had chances to win that football game, even if the refs had some bad calls. You guys had chances to win that game. But that game was fun to watch overall, though, on both sides of the ball. It looks like Kareem Hunt is starting to be the main back, and Ford is going to be the change of pace back now. That's what it looks like. I like what I saw from Kareem Hunt as well, as he scored a nice, beautiful touchdown also. It looked like it was going to be a QB sneak from the tight end. The whole defense was pinched in the middle. He snapped it. Beautiful toss, touchdown. Excuse me. But good job for the Browns. Deshaun Watson, I wish he was playing. I don't know what's going on with that guy. But if he's hurt, I guess he's hurt. But I thought he was clear to play a few weeks ago. So I don't know what's going on there. But Deshaun, you got to play. Cooper Kupp, phenomenal catches as well. He was the main, though he was the dude that game. He was the dude for the Cleveland Browns on offense. Other than that, they really had a hard time moving downfield. Kareem Hunt looked solid. And that's against a really good 49ers defense that he looked solid in. I'm saying solid because I know he played against the 49ers. I know he was like the second back on the depth chart. No Deshaun Watson, so I think he played really solid considering all those factors. So that's it for this video. If you guys like it, like and subscribe. Comment down below again what you guys think, your guys' thoughts of these two games, the biggest upsets of the week. If I'm trying to remember other ones, I think those two were the biggest ones. But yeah, that concludes this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Peace.